Welcome to Juhl Media. This is Ching Juhl. This program has been going on since pandemic for 262 episodes. I interview entrepreneurs, musicians, filmmakers, politicians, activists, all kinds of people from all kinds of life. Today, we're going to talk about how to use iPhone to shoot videos and make films. Now, many of you knew that I created an entire documentary by using iPhone 11 Pro, and I'm going to talk about that later. Now, iPhone, I remember when I started using iPhone was iPhone 6 in 2000, either 15 or 2016. I love capturing events. I love shooting people. They do something interesting to me, which many things are interested to me. I remember I shot a pancake we're making street people making pancakes in China, in Shanghai, and it's kind of like a French crepe. You put a mixed egg and flour, some other ingredients, and you put on a flat, big iron cooking ware, and you spread them out, and you put other stuff in like more dough or fermented vegetables and yeah, all kinds of goodies, and then you roll them up and with some sauce, and it's very delicious. It's more like a breakfast. Yeah. So I went, bought two of them with my stepmom. They're making these pancakes outside of her compound, her apartment. So from that on, I always, whenever I have a chance, especially when I'm out with no big camcorders, and I will shoot. So on YouTube channel, Juhl Media YouTube channel, you will find roughly 250 videos were shot on iPhone from iPhone 6 all the way to now iPhone 14. Yeah, I have iPhone 14 Pro. Hi, Louis. How are you? Um, yeah, so I wanted to talk about basics. Some of you may already know, but bear with me. Um, if you knew how to do it, and you just it's good to reinforce the knowledge. First of all, the principle is doesn't matter what phone you have. The key is to know how to tell stories and use whatever you have. We have a saying. Some people say, "Oh, which iPhone should I have?" Well, it doesn't matter. Use whatever in your hand. Okay? So that's the principle. I think the desire want to tell stories is more important than what equipment you have. Of course, the more current iPhone you have, the more bells and whistles it offers. Um, it's kind of endless. By September, Apple is going to come up probably iPhone 16, right? Next year will be 17. So you can never really catch up. But the important thing is to learn how to do it. That's more important, right? Now, first of all, you need to have a camera, and then you need to set your iPhone in the right way, in the way you design. I mean, my way is my way, and your way is your way. So I'm going to set up with you right now. If you have your phone, take your phone out. Okay. You go to setting. Setting. I don't know if you can see it. No, setting is like a circle, bunch of circles, kind of gray background, and you need to know this button in any time. Okay, so you click on the setting, and then you go all the way scroll. Okay, scroll means go this way. Go scroll. It's too bright. Yeah, you can see the little note, right? Scroll, and then you're gonna find a section, music, and then photos. Next is camera. Okay, so it's like after journey, after fitness. So it's quite low. You click on camera. There's many settings. Yeah, record video. I record video in 4K at 24 FPS. FPS is second, every second, FP, yeah, per second, 24 frame per second. Okay, now in video recording, if you click on that, there's a lot of choices. You have a 720 HD at 30, 1080 HD at 30, 1080 HD at 60, 4K at 24. That's what I like, is because first of all, I like to shoot 4K, so I have a choice of when I'm editing, I have a higher resolution option, because 1080 definitely is lower than 4K. And then you have 4K at 30, then you have 4K at 60. Yeah. So to know these options, like 30 in general is more like a, it you know, more second, right? So it's more tighter, and it's kind of good for video. Okay, if you want a clean video, product video, stuff like that. And 60 is more, you can do slow motion is better. Yeah. 24Y is more film like. It's a little bit uh, slower, I would say, right? And it's a little bit more like old film. Yeah, it's not as uh, like clean cut as 30. Yeah. All right. So if you want to set 30, it's fine. I do 24. Now, there's more settings about sound, about this, about that. Yeah. And we can go into record stereo sound. We definitely want a stereo sound in most cases. And let's see what else. Format. What's format? Most compatible. That's what I setting. And you have option of doing high efficiency. Yeah. And pro raw and resolution control. I checked that. Yeah, I checked that. Um, Raw means when you take a picture into raw, and it it does not what do you call, it doesn't reduction. It's raw, meaning all the information is there. Yeah, it does take more space in your phone, or more space when you take a picture on your chip, on your SD card, right? So you need to have several larger SD card ready, and quite many of them if you are shooting all day long outside, right? So that's what camera setting is. Okay. And there's more things, grid level, minor front camera. And one thing is for you to know, when people shoot themselves, we call front camera. For instance, right now I'm taking a picture of this screen. That is called back camera. Yeah. According to me, it's back. Hi, Sean. How are you? And when I want to take a lot of people take selfies, right? And they go like that. They click on their setting, on photo setting, and there's a button right side of the photo, that the big button. Yeah. Because on your smartphone, especially my setting, right? You have time lapse. Earlier iPhone may not have that. Time lapse means when you say shoot something, you want to take a long time to, for instance, a boat coming from this side to from left side, this is my left side, to right side, right? Or right side to left. And it's very slow. You want the whole motion. So you will set a time lapse, and then you hold it, or you put it on a tripod, and you just wait till this bolt finishing across you. And when you play back, it goes like that. It goes really quick. Yeah. So it's a really great feature. And then you have slow motion after that. Then you have a cinematic setting. Then you have video setting. Then you have photo setting. And then you have a portrait. Portrait mode is really helpful to shoot portrait. I like to shoot portrait for people quite close to me, like 2 feet, yeah, away from me. If it's too far away, I find it's not as good. So if you hold your camera, shoot 2 feet away from you, and it came out in the good lighting, it will come out really nice. Yeah. After portrait, then as a panoramic, okay, PAND, panoramic. So what was I looking for? I was looking for the button right next to any of a video photo. On the right hand side, there's a circle. You click on it, and then you will shoot what do you call selfie? Yeah. Now selfie is we call this as a use the what do you call front camera. Front camera is not as good as back camera. Just remember that. There's 3 cameras over here, right? On your phone. Yeah. And just remember that. So sometimes people do like front camera because, say, older people do not want to show too high resolution and too much wrinkle. And then they use front camera, actually come out quite nice. No. All right. So we're talking about camera setting, right? Now, I used iPhone 11 Pro to shoot my last major project. It came out really, really good, like surprisingly good. Yeah. Now ask me why I would use an iPhone to make a documentary, a feature length documentary. Well, this is a segue of like telling you why I did that. First of all, I've been using iPhone, like I told you, since 2016. And so I'm very comfortable with shooting. And several times I shot some activities. Prior, I make this long video. I have already made, hundreds of videos. And one video I remember, it really encouraged me to shoot with iPhone was I was very interested in going to protest in 2020, what was it? 2017 protest in Washington, D.C., Women's March. And so I brought my iPhone 7, I believe then, and a stick, selfie stick. What is a selfie stick? I'll show you. That time my selfie stick was a little primitive. This one is quite nice. You pull it, right? Pull it out, and then has the bottom is like a tripod. Yeah. So you can use this as a single tripod, a simple tripod. Okay. I have to go a little. Whoops. Yeah. Yeah. It's light, but it's not super light. and it's pretty long. I think it's like 65 inches or something. And you can put your phone right here. Now, with a selfie stick, the good thing, one of the good thing is that when I'm going to shoot a huge rally or protest, I am I have no chairs. I don't have any platforms to stand on. If I'm lucky, I will be on the street, like on top of a garbage can or a mailbox or something like that. So I would use this to put my phone on and use really high. Yeah, I can shoot people behind me, people in front of me, and people walking towards me, or people walking away from me. So there's a couple of um, composition you can make with the selfie stick. And then occasionally you can put a selfie like, I don't know, 6 feet away from you, either in front of you or side by side of you, and then you can shoot yourself. Yeah, if you want to. And sometimes if you want to take picture, if you want to take a wait, yeah, if you take a picture, you have nobody taking picture for you. You can only do this, right? And you just set a selfie stick, put about 6, 7 feet, depending on the situation, and you set your camera on what do you call, self mode, self shooting mode, and you turn that mode on. And wait, you don't think it, yo, no, 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 no. I think you have a, you ask somebody. Yeah, that's what I did. Instead of ask somebody to take a picture for you, because this somebody may not doing it in the right angle. Could be too low, could be too high, could be making you midget, could be whatever. So could be your eyes is closed. So you'll just have someone say, can you like push this button? Okay, this button is a video button. So now you will just stand in front of it, or you can have some kind of movement with whoever you need to be connected with, either audience, either a speaker or whoever. Then you just have the video run. Yeah. And eventually from the video, you can cut it as photo. So that's a better way to capture good photo when you are there by yourselves. Yeah, that's one recommendation. So that's selfie is useful. That with foot, So I call that a tripod, right? Simple tripod. What else? Very, very important. We say there's no video if there's no good audio. No audio, no video. So I have been using this equipment for probably 4 years now. Um, this is called Shure MV88. You take this part off. This is just a protecting, like a wind protect, we call. And this is a pretty cool device. You can plug this lightning into the cell phone. Yeah, I'll show you. And this saved my life. And look, right? This is where you can put in charging your phone, and I will just plug in here. Okay, you have to take the case off. Yeah, you have to take the case off because case is a little too heavy. Now, so you can see, right? And yeah, and this app came with a this not this app. This microphone came with an app. I'll show you. It looks like it's green. Looks like that. Okay. And on this app, it's not too difficult to learn. You have a couple of choices, yeah, and you can shoot with acoustics, uh, violin, guitar, like a small instrument. This is where it's setting. And if you want just to interview, yeah, and there's a mode, and it's the first one is for interview. It's more concentrate angle. This is yeah, yeah. And what else? It's very loud. It's right here. If it's a super loud, you go all the way to the right side, and it will make the microphone to accept much lower volume. So here is a gain. You can push around. Yeah. Gain means you can make it louder. Yeah. So if I would right now I'm talking, right? So you can see this gauge is hitting moving towards right, and if I talk this loud, it will going to hit the red line, which is too loud. And overall, you don't want the audio to be overly done. Once you over uh, over your audio level, it's very difficult to editing it. Yeah, it's not very difficult. It is impossible to edit distort overly loud audio. So for safety, you can shoot a little bit lower, just a little bit lower, and then in post, and it can be done. You can, make the sound from softer to louder. Okay, so audio is very important. And I use this microphone, Shure MV88. I will write it down in the description below later. And this microphone also has another feature is that you see there's a both and this end and this end, right? So if I want to interview someone, I will pull this way. So I am asking question and my guest will answer. And my face will not be in the video, right? Only my guest voice. Now, if I want my voice and my guest voice both heard, then I make it straight because here is a mic and then here is a mic, both. Okay. And the other choice is if I want to interview myself, right? I just flipped around, then I interview myself. So my audio is good, right? Because it's now facing out. All right. So this microphone is pretty awesome. And I usually use it when I interview people. I don't really use that much when I shoot larger scene, bigger scene, lot of people scene, because believe it or not, iPhone audio is incredibly good. Yeah. And I can show you my film later and all the screaming and yelling and a lot of people in the scene that does not need my extra mic for me, and they sounded very good. Yeah. What else? Equipment wise, mic is good. Yeah, mic is important. And there's another important thing is you can have. This is called lavalier. Lavalier, and we also call lav. This is a Rode made these. It came with a one receiver and then two lav. You can lav your guest, so you can just like click here. Um, that's a great way of interviewing someone who has a little distance from you. Yeah, if it's like 3 or 4 feet, and you can use this to interview someone. But if it's 6 or 7 feet, then it's better to have a lavalier. Thank you, Shark Fin. Ni hao ma. So we were talking about how iPhone can make quite impressive videos, and I wanted to show you another one. Let's see, there's too many of them. Okay, okay. So now the first video come out usually on your page is a video. It's kind of statement about your channel, and I actually need to make a statement other than just put my Yangon Diary as an official trailer of my film. Now, my Yangon Diary, by the way, is on YouTube channel right now with no advertisement and free, of course. And I encourage you to watch it and make some comment in the comment section. And very soon, end of this month, I will take it off. Then people can go watch on Amazon Prime for like $1.99. Okay, so I save you $1.99. So talking about this, let's just watch the whole trailer, which is a 1 minute 44 cent. If you have any questions, okay, jot down and then ask me. Like any questions in terms of a story, in terms of shooting, in terms of lighting, in terms of audio. And this was shot with iPhone 11 Pro.
Told you why he's different and why that's good and why it goes to the question of electability.
I am that candidate. I can build a much broader coalition to beat Donald Trump.
I grew up in Shanghai, China, and I studied violin and viola. I left home at 17, joined the Chinese Army Orchestra. In those days, that was one of the best career moves for many musicians.
Show me the money! Show me the money!
UBI is freedom.
Show me what democracy looks like! Not left, not right, but forward!
That's Israel. He's keep walking to another house.
You get off my fucking property. You have no right being on my fucking property. You Chinese people go back to fucking China.
You do have to have certain like preparations in your mind.
We want Yang! We want Yang!
I wrote it. Andrew Yang.
This is not the end.
You brought me back from being too far gone.
This is a 1 minute 44 trailer. We went to a couple of trailers at the beginning. The trailer was 2 minute 30 second long, and then we move on to 1 minute, almost 2 minutes. Now it's 1 minute 44, and the ideal trailer length should be about 1 minute 30 to 1 minute 45, less than 2 minutes. You don't want to give away too much, but you need to, give audience a, what do you call, a appetite for the film. Anyone? Nice trailer. Thank you. Thank you, Ray. Now let's move on. No matter what, like I said earlier, no matter what equipment you have, first of all, you need to have a desire to tell stories. Yeah. When you look to certain situation, I'm talking about documentary sense, unless you are a narrative filmmaker, which you have a script, right? And that's more complicated. You need to look for script, or you write your own script. And then depending your budget, your script can be really high end film or can be very low. And so that's a little bit more complicated. I have been just shooting like a journalist style, shooting lots of live situation events. What else? Protest, rally. Yeah, and a lot of New York kind of a politically related rally I go to shoot because I have a New York City credential, police, New York City police credential, meaning I with that credential I can go pretty much anywhere. Like I walked into a barricade, Times Square, ball dropping with my credential. And actually, I shot a lot of things and I just didn't have time to edit them. So I think this week I want to dedicate my time to edit this piece. Although it's kind of irrelevant right now, it's not New Year's, it's not Chinese New Year is already done. But I think as far as a work point of view and editing a substantial because I was there for 12 hours and 13 hours and so got a lot of footage. So I should work on that just to continue my filmmaking skill and filmmaking editing skill because it's very, very important. I think a lot of us, if you have money and budget, you can hire someone to edit your work. But people like me, I'm sure a lot of people are like me, and they edit themselves. And editing themselves has pros and cons. The pro is that you know your material, you know your materials very well. And in that sense, when you review your materials, it is more easy. It is easier for me to edit my own work. Yeah, when someone gave me stacks of footage and asked me to do this and that, it is much more work because I need to review their footage more than once and try to make sense of it, how to make the whole story cohesive. I actually made a quite a labor video for someone in New York City who wants me to make a video for her son as a what do you call pre-wedding video, meaning combine both both what do you call bride to be and groom to be, their children younger videos, their family videos, their photos, and it's like making a small documentary with all their lives experience. And so it's quite a lot of work. Yeah, so that's the pros, that you edit your own work. The con is that you are not objective. Yeah. So it's actually better for someone else look at your stuff and understand this part has to go, this part needs to come, this stay. And they have no personal emotional attachment to your footage. Yeah. All right. So yeah, storytelling, you need to have a passion, you need to have a reason to do that. And once you do, whatever project you have, and it's important to you, it's important to you, you want to tell the story, nobody else. Yeah. And also think about who you want to move to, audience development, audience yeah, audience. Who are your audiences? It's so important. You need to think about them. If they are your parents, and you can put anything in. Yeah, your relatives or parents, they will tolerate anything. But if your audience is mass public, that's another story. Or your audience are people your age, yeah, people who are interested in the subject you are talking about. And so think about that before you do. Yeah, editing. Back to editing. We're talking about iPhone, right? iPhone editing. One software I use often is that it's iMovie actually, and iMovie people think it's amateur, sort of lower grade of Final Cut Pro, which is true, but it's okay. It gets the job done. And I use Final Cut Pro 10 now to edit my larger piece. But whenever I have a chance, I like to use iMovie to edit. And when you were shooting my Yangon Diary, did anyone explicitly tell you that they did not want to be filmed? Yeah, very good question. Um, when I was shooting my Yangon Diary, and there was no my Yangon Diary, there's no topic that I didn't have any plan to do a feature documentary. And I basically use my own time, just follow these people. I follow them to about 11 cities, including New York City, 12 cities, and many, many events. I think I calculated all together, like how many nights I was out of, how many days. Didn't even count night. I was out. Is that right? But about altogether over the 50 days, 50, yeah, more. Spent 2 weeks in Iowa and spent 3 weeks in New Hampshire. That's another 50 days. So anyway, a lot of time, and I just keep shooting because I was fascinated by these people and why are they so passionate? Why? Yeah, I didn't understand because it's not coming from my culture that people have rights to vote, people can canvass their candidate, people would volunteer their time, their energy to this cause. So it was just fascinating to me. So I just video them every time, every event happened, I video. Then I put on YouTube channel. Yeah, they did not mind. I put on YouTube because it's like a free advertiser, free publicity material, right? For this movement. So no one was objected to me filming them. And after a while, I became one of them. So I got more access to them. Yeah, I was not a journalist anymore. I was like a comrade of them. So I got lots of great footage. Now, I still wasn't thinking making a documentary. Still just make videos after videos. And also I got really motivated because a lot of people start to watch my YouTube channel, which is this channel, Juhl Media. And I never really tasted people can follow me like this. It's like it's not even dream come true. I had no dreams, I had no expectations, and it just came. I just got there. So that's pretty cool. Then after that, Andrew Yang suspended his campaign in February 11, 2020, and then March of 2020, COVID lockdown started. And then I was like, oh, actually, on the way back from New Hampshire, I was driving back by myself. I was already I told myself I should make a long documentary with all these footage. I shot about 200 hours of footage. So I came back and think think this, think that. It took me a long time to think. I didn't sit down, edit it right away. It took me many months. And then eventually I started. And once I started, I can't stop, So by 2020, was it 2021? Yeah. January 4th, I what do you call? Premiere YouTube, actually, because all the young guys were waiting for it. That's the first version. It was 80 minutes. Yeah. So after that, it took me a year to make it better and better. In the meantime, we applied for film festivals, and then 10 of them we got in, and then we won 3 best feature documentaries in Toronto Documentary Film Festival, in documentary international film festival Manhattan, and then Rome International Film Awards. And then we also got 2 more awards. Like one is from Awareness Film Festival. They gave us a activist award. And then Socially Relevant Film Festival gave us a what is it called? Indigenous. I'm terrible. Anyway, it's like a conventional, inconventional. It's like a very creative film, from that point. And so it's nice to ingenuity. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna play you this version of My Young Gun Diary, and I hope you guys watch it, and then you can write something. If you have IMDb, it'll be great. I will appreciate so much if you can write a review on IMDb. It's very important to establish that review. Review. What do you call record? Because there's so many places you can write review now. You can write Amazon, but you have to buy it. You have to spend $1.99, which I think too much money for you. And yeah. And let's see. Do you see it now? I hope you see it. So we're gonna play a little bit of the beginning of the film. Okay. All right. So the beginning, sometimes people don't understand why is that. The beginning, really, I'm trying to do is like an artsy opening. It's kind of like not really clear. What happened was after New Hampshire, after I left the campaign, I drove home, and then I saw this license plate, which I ordered when I was in New Hampshire. So it's like part of this really passionate support for Andrew Yang that I ordered Yan 2020 license plate for my car while I was in New Hampshire. Actually, Andrew Yang already knew he's not going to make it, but I did not know. So I ordered that. So when I drove back from New Hampshire, I opened the mailbox, and that is the envelope. Yeah. And the story starts here, but it's really a backward story. Okay, here we go. I got mail. My name is Ching Juhl. I have a passion for capturing events. Today, I'm gonna meet Andrew Yang for the first time.
I understand why you looking crazy. And the demons fill me up, got me feeling hazy. All I got is the light, him keep me up. Like a thief in the night, him creeping up.
You know that what we did to the manufacturing jobs, we will now do to the retail jobs.
the call center jobs, the fast food jobs, the truck driving jobs, and on through the economy. Andrew Yang! Andrew Yang! And I'm going to be offering real solutions. Americans will immediately see the difference, and that's how we're going to win in 2020.
A closing statement that was perfectly crafted, got to his main stuff, and told you why he's different and why that's good and why it goes to the question of electability. Andrew Yang.
I am that candidate. I can build a much broader coalition to beat Donald Trump. It is not left. It is not right. It is forward. And that is where I'll take the country in 2020.
It's scaring me, it's scaring me. Feel like something's coming after me. How the hell will she feel like something's coming after me? Something's coming after me. Something coming after me.
I grew up in Shanghai, China, and I studied violin and viola. I left home at 17, joined Chinese Army Orchestra. In those days, that was one of the best career moves for many musicians. After receiving a full scholarship, I came to US to study. I played the viola professionally for many years. I also have been fiddling video cameras. Eventually, I moved to New York City to pursue new dreams.
Have you heard by any chance of the candidate Andrew Yang?
Okay, have you heard of Andrew Yang? So to phone bank, this is the script. Okay, I'm just gonna walk you through the script. So after you dial into the conference number, this is what the software is gonna look like. Hi Robert, my name is Iggy. I'm a volunteer for the Andrew Yang presidential campaign.
Yes, hi, my name is Vivian. I'm a volunteer with the Andrew Yang presidential campaign. Is David available?
Hi, my name's Cameron. I'm a volunteer.
So, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. And the book is called The War. Okay, you have a good weekend. So long.
Word facing up, lift your chest up. Yeah, word facing up. Stay even up. And exhale, shift your weight forward, find your high plank. Good, bend your elbow.
I was pretty depressed during the El Paso shooting news at that time. I couldn't sleep at nighttime. I heard about Andrew Yang like over a year ago. I saw a video clip about him. Oh, that was the Joe Rogan podcast. Yeah, so I listened to the podcast. I'm like, this guy is so refreshing. It's amazing.
Andrew Yang, first you get a free sticker, then you get a free $1,000 a month.
Across the nation today, from California to Philadelphia and everywhere in between, there's people coming out and just spreading the word about Andrew Yang. So we're doing our part here in New York, next to the Comic-Con Javits Center.
I am a tax accountant, so I know a lot about taxes, and I know that the VAT tax is actually going to be a really good idea for New York and for America instead of income taxes.
He's a businessman who's been highly successful in that world, but he looked around, he walked to Washington and told them there's a problem. Americans are losing their jobs.
Wins Iowa. What that is going to do to New Hampshire. what effect that is going to have on Nevada. It is just going to be like a multiplier effect. So even if he is going to outperform in New Hampshire and Nevada, if he wins Iowa or he comes in second in Iowa, that means, I mean, he could take all of New Hampshire and he could take Nevada.
Nobody ever seems to know you well. It's not.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you, Ching. Thank you.
Where are you from?
I'm from LA.
LA.
Oh yeah.
Got it from
I
his
mean,
website.
Tell me about him. Tell me about him, Adam.
Oh, he is the best thing that's gonna ever happen to you and me. Already has been.
Absolutely right. I feel that this country is like better to him like running. He hasn't even won yet.
And my crew, Andrew Yang. Yay!
I knew about Yang for months, and who says like, oh, he's too ahead of our time, or like he's not gonna win, so I'm not even gonna pay attention to him. Like he's been interested, but he's like, I'm never gonna. When I told him I was coming here, he's like, wait, maybe I'll come to Iowa and not come here.
My name is Tim. I'm from LA. I'm Kyle. I'm from Arizona.
I'm Nick. I'm from Connecticut.
Adam from LA.
I'm Vikram from Seattle.
I'm Sam from Virginia.
Kevin, San Francisco.
I'm Tim from Santa Cruz.
Justin from San Jose. Jacob, San Diego.
Christina, Asheville, North Carolina.
Brian, also Asheville, North Carolina.
Lana, Illinois.
Tristan from San Francisco. Will from Boulder, Colorado.
I'm Brian from Cedar Rapids.
Julian from Miami, Florida.
And Jonah from South Carolina.
I'm Abby from Los Angeles.
I'm Israel from Kentucky.
Jose from Eugene, Oregon.
Carrie from San Mateo, California.
I'm Nick from Iowa City.
Dan from Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo, New York, and hold on.
Rudy, Southern California, San Bernardino County.
Jose from Kennett Square, Pennsylvania.
I'm Kyle from Cincinnati, Ohio.
I'm Peter from Philadelphia.
Did we miss anyone? Great.
Indianapolis.
Sorry.
Wow, this is such a change from where we were yesterday.
I know. I like this.
You've arrived at your destination.
So if you just park here, we'll just walk.
Food. We had some food. You haven't seen that. We went to Hot Pot restaurant, and so that kind of thing is you have to constantly remind myself. But of course, I am actually very good with making videos, right? It's not like the first time. People think, you can just like take your smartphone and go to make a movie. I don't think so. It will take some practice, right? So I see the great thing about me not telling them, or I don't even know, making a feature documentary is that we have no expectations, right? Like I am doing this out of capturing them. They're doing it out of passion for Andrew Yang. I am doing it because I am fascinated with these people who are so selfless, and so there's no monetizing idea in it. It's not like I am making a feature documentary, therefore I'm gonna go sell it. So that's why it's the beauty of that, and no one is really questioning me. And then in the end, I actually, after I narrow down how many people talked in the film, then I sent a consent form to all of them. That's during the pandemic. So I was able to do it using an app. Like, what's the app? Adobe? Is it Adobe? Something has this signature app. And then I would create that app and find all their emails. It's a lot of work. I don't have all their emails. So I contact the Yan headquarter or volunteer headquarter, whatever you call, and I explain to them I need their emails, so I can send them release form. Yeah. And then the beautiful thing was that if you watch the whole movie, and I wish you do, is the music selections were so great. The first one was from a young guy, the African American Henry Du Hart, who is in the showing in the later part of the film. He was canvassing with us in New Hampshire. He's from Florida, all the way came to New Hampshire, and he's singer. Yeah, he's not only a pop singer, he's an opera singer. So he can sing opera very high, and he sings. So the song at the beginning, it was from his song, and he gave me his music. And then two more songs were from Adam, which you saw in the short clip, from California. He's a songwriter, and he gave me two of his songs. Yeah, and also in the film you'll see we jam a little bit after we went to the capital of Iowa, and then we drove back to where we stay. It takes about 1 hour to drive. So, and then we were talking in the car. We start to sing. I start to jam with him. It was beautiful, and then all of these were captured on my camera. So music wise, it's really good. And then other soundtrack is from my own trio. I used to play string trio called Jade, Jade, Jade String Trio, and I use maybe four of them. One is a Dachnani, from Hungarian composer, it's a romantic era, and one is Chinese music. It's used in a situation that when Jack in New Hampshire went to canvas, knock on somebody's door, and that woman was cursing at him and say something like, "Hey, you Chinese people, go back to fucking China," something like that. So I use that music sort of just to make it more mellow, more personal. Yeah, it's the yeah, and it's a very quite famous folk song. And then we played on, sorry, my whole headphones coming down, and we played on violin, viola, cello. Yeah, I played the viola, by the way. And then other music selection was from I met someone. Actually, I didn't. Did I meet him? I have a CD from him, and Roy Sakiki, and he's a very active trumpet player, plays jazz in New York City, and I have a CD. I think it's probably I got from a conference, a music conference. Yeah, because I used to go to this Chamber Music America conference, and then you'll see many people put their tables, or managers hosting tables, and then on the table there's like a free music you can get, samples. So I would pick up these free music and then listen to them. Yeah, try to find good composer that we can commission. We is my trio, Jade String Trio, can commission these composers. So this trumpet player and his music is so great. It's so great. So I used maybe one or two sections of music, and I also contact him via Facebook. You see, some people only use Facebook, some people only use email, some people only use Instagram. So you really have to sort of know who is using what to trace them, right? So amazingly, still a lot of people using Facebook. I found them from Facebook. So I found him, and I asked him if I can use his music, and he said, "Yeah, of course." And then he signed the release form. So that's one. And my brother's music, in the end, that's his music. Yeah, electronic music. And some other music, yeah. Anyway, so it's like a 13 or 14 song chart. It's very, I think I put the music in a very appropriate place. It also not only created moods, also it is a transition. Sometimes if you don't know how to transit from one scene to another, you use music. Yeah. So anyway, I think that we're 6:22. Do you guys have any questions before I leave? And I try to switch my live talk to this time. I hope you guys remember. Maybe we'll try for a month on Friday at 5 p.m. because it used to be Wednesday 5 p.m. But I was told there might be more people can attend or watch this live. So next week, we may not change because I'm interviewing a Belgian composer. But after that, perhaps we can try Friday at 5. Okay? Yeah. Alrighty. Louis has a question. Oh, let me see. Where is it? Hi, Louis. What was your number one challenge in making this documentary? When you say making, can you be more specific, like shooting, or pre-production, or production, or post-production? I would say, I assume, I think the most exciting thing for me is capturing, yeah, and I use iCloud, so all my footage is linked to iCloud, so I don't have to worry about losing my footage if my phone leaves. So capturing, I think, is more. Editing is discipline, incredible discipline you need to have. And editing involves storytelling. You basically make a film or a video while you doing editing because we have no script. That's a challenge. Yeah. And I have to think about it for a long time. I did not do it right away. I thought about it. You know, I went through many versions. The first version was 6 hours. Now, the most challenge, I would say, what was your number one? Yeah, number one challenge. The most challenge is something I did not realize until like 6 months after the film is finished. Most challenge is how to market. Now you finish making a film. Now you finish writing a book. Are you going to put all your book, you know, physically on your shelves and being satisfied with yourself? So you need to find audience. So finding audience, I would say, is the number one challenge. Although it's not physically making a documentary, I think it's a part of post-production, marketing, yeah, and getting the word out. Ask people to write review. Hey, you guys, please write me a review on IMDb. Yeah. What do you say? Any other questions? Louis? Oh, okay. Yeah. Shark Fin, do you have anything to add on? And I want to thank you guys for being here with me. It's such a last minute decision to host this talk. And I hope the content will be somewhat useful. And I just wanted to encourage people, filmmakers or video makers, to continuously chasing your dreams and to produce. There's no any shortcuts. Yeah, there's no shortcuts. There's no magic bullet how you can make a documentary, whether use iPhone or use, you know, Sony, you know, camera or any cameras. It is something you need to practice. You need to do it. You need to keep doing it. and the more you do it, the better you become. And sometimes doesn't even matter how many books you read, right? You can read a book and learn some tricks or learn some angles, learn this and that, but still deep down you have to practice, have to do it yourselves. And then every time you produce something, and you will see what is working, what is not working, and then you keep doing it again and again. Yeah. Lewis said, whichever was the most challenge, whichever is the most challenge. I think if you have money, you can probably use somebody else to market for you. It has to do with marketing, has business, has to do with and resources, right? But storytelling and editing is something you cannot fake it. It's not like you have money and somebody else can do it for you. Well, you can have an editor, but still, it's not your editor's work. It's your work. So if I am doing everything myself, and there's no way I will let my film, total film, to give to someone edit from beginning to the end, right? That story, I have to tell that story, this story. So I think that's the number one challenge, and including being consistent, including not giving up, and including you just have to keep doing it. That's challenge, right? What do you say? I wrote a mini review. Shark Fang, thank you so much. Yeah, you always write something on my. So you guys, praise someone on YouTube, praise someone on Instagram, and actually I find sometimes when some people praise me, I accidentally finding out who they are, and then I follow them back. So by praise someone, by encourage someone, and you never know who you're gonna meet. So don't always wait there. Don't always like complain about how come no one is following you. It is you have to follow someone else with no expectations. It's just because you like their works, then you follow them. Make sense? Okay. Great live stream. Okay, I gotta go. I'm gonna go watch TV. Anyway, all right. Thank you so much for being with me. And yeah, keep shooting. Okay? Yeah, I'm gonna close. Have a great weekend. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye now.